Hey y'all, Drew from Elwood Realty Co. here. So, in my last video, I talked about step 5 to becoming a first time home buyer, and that was picking the right lender to be on your team. Well, next up is step 6, and that's house hunting. Generally, this is probably the most exciting part as a buyer. You get to go out and see a bunch of different homes and, maybe even fall in love with a couple of them. So, if you remember back to my first video of this series, we talked about the must-haves in the house. Well, this is when this gets to come to fruition and you get to see these things in person. And sometimes those opinions and must-haves, they change during this time. Um, so, but when we're out looking at houses together, what we're really looking for, obviously there's a lot of things that go into this, but one of the biggest things that we'll be looking for together are any kind of red flags. That could be water damage, that could be roof damage, that could be drainage issues, that could be foundation problems, anything along those lines. Those are what we're looking for. Um, you know, I'm not a licensed home inspector, and chances are you probably aren't either. But this plays a big role in what we're looking for and whether or not we end up deciding to write an offer on this house or not. So, but also one of the biggest things that I feel is most important is is the vibe and the overall feel that you get at the house. That's when you're outside the house, when you walk into the house. If you feel comfortable and it feels, the old adage, it feels like home. Well, then I found over time that that's generally a pretty good measure on if the house is right for you. Um, Also, something that I encourage my first time buyers to do, and it's something that I did, my wife and I did when we bought our first house, was if you're able to, go check out the neighborhoods and drive down the street that the house is on before you even go look at it with your real estate agent. Because sometimes we found houses that, we loved them on paper, the pictures that we looked at online, we thought it was great. We definitely wanted to go check it out, but we would take like an evening and go drive by a couple, and we go back to that whole vibe thing, that the vibe just didn't feel right when I would pull into this subdivision, and I said, no matter what the house is like, I can't drive in here every day. So that's a big part. If you're able to do that, I think it's wonderful to do so. And while this can be the most fun step, sometimes it can be time consuming. There's times that we might find the one in 2 or 3 showings, um, but it could also take a lot longer than that. But that's okay. The most important thing is finding the right place for you that fits your needs and fits your goals. So whatever it takes for us to find you the one, that's what we're going to do. Do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe.